Hello, Odd Job Doer here, and guess what today is? Today is Christmas Day, and not only that, it's a cookbook review day. My reasons will be revealed shortly. And what we got here is a classic pamphlet book, not too big, of recipes for the two-speed Osterizer. Would you look at that? Right there is the top of the Osterizer. Doesn't take full page on here. We have a gal here, a redhead, you know, back in the 60s-ish looks. Has a knife there, which I think is an oyster knife for shucking oysters, but I'm not too sure. Has some groovy potion stuff back here. I know that's whatever that is. And fresh vegetation. So back to the cookbook. Originally this here was 50 cents, which seems kind of odd because there's no there's no, I don't know, 50 cents. I guess it's because I'm thinking that this here would have came with like a would have came with maybe like the blender, but I guess I didn't do that back then. Maybe they did. Who knows? All I do know is a lot of stuff going on here. Redhead, right? She's probably, I don't know, she could be like in her 80s, 90s by now if she's still alive. But this here, the Osterizer blender, kind of looks like this, and I believe I had one of these at one time, or knew of one around that I've seen. Glass vessel would be this. I think this is a neoprene lid from what the text is saying. You got a screw on base, the blade, the danger spot, and this ring here, and of course the power base. And this one here, you know, doesn't have a lot of buttons, and I think they still make them. You can still get this type of brand. And the switch is 2-speed. So you have off, low, and high. And basically it tells you about it here in this book. Gives you how to assemble it, operating procedures, and you know, assembly instructions. And some kitchen magic. Look at her. Same gal? I don't know. And they have some interesting recipes here. The one thing I will throw out here for starters is this is back in the time where I guess they didn't care about raw eggs. Maybe they still don't care about it in some places, but raw eggs got a bad rap. And this has raw eggs in it. It also has sardines in it, which isn't bad necessarily unless you had a problem with it. But look at that fancy spread of appetizers, right? Anyways, appetizer section, and to go into the back of this book here, this is neat too. Here's more Osterizer magic. This one over here is an ice crunching machine, I believe. You throw your ice in here and it comes out shaved or crunched or whatever. And never seen one of those alive anymore. And this here's a juicer. Put your fruit stuff in and get pulverized in juice, and slap the lid on. I guess it spits out there. Also haven't seen those. I don't know. Index is in the back here, and by index they just have the categories. So they have this book covers some appetizers, canapes, spreads, dips, and drinks. Well, it does say no dunks. Never mind, dips and dunks. Baby foods, beverages. Breads, cakes, confections and toppings, cookies, desserts, entrees, pancake waffles, pancakes as in comma waffles, pies, salads and salad dressings, sandwich spreads, sauces for meats, and soups. And like I said, there's some, I looked through here, there's just some interesting sauces, there's just some interesting soups kind of thing going on here. You got some colored pictures, right? And this came out in, I'm thinking this one came out in June of '61. This copy was published. And so that's what, 62 years old? Older than me? You got some barbecue sauces in here. There's some salads, some interesting salad sauces, salad dressings. And what I'm looking for here, you know, not pancakes, is that I'd wanted a pie. You know, Christmas time still, holidays here. I think I had that video about me doing a pie earlier, but maybe not. Maybe it was a dream. look, ice cream in here. But breads. So what I wanted pie, I wanted a pumpkin pie, right? But I didn't feel like a classic pumpkin pie because I just had one, and I couldn't go to the big Costco store to get one at a good price. So I'm going to make one, but I just don't want any kind of a pumpkin pie. Look at her, right? Have to make that pie. I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to have a soured pumpkin pie, something like that. And hear me out, because I went from basically pumpkin pie to a pumpkin cheesecake, and then I went to a pumpkin sour pie. And so look at here. Here is a recipe for pumpkin pie in this book, straight out from the 60s, right? If you want to do a screenshot there it is. That's not what I'm making. Then we got a sour cream pie, right? A little bit odd, a little bit different. Some recipes there, right? That too is not what I'm making. This is going to be an interesting thing where I am not going to actually follow a recipe strictly out from the cookbook, even though they have plenty of neat things to look at and do. But I've used a blender before. I mean, I don't have this one, so maybe the recipes won't work as good as with, you know, the blender I do have. But in this book, they also talk about getting like a rubber spatula to kind of scrape stuff down the sides as you're mixing. And I once knew a poor guy that had a wooden spoon. And he thought, oh, let me just push those ingredients down while it's spinning. And guess what? Splinters. Splinters in whatever he was making. Wooden spoon had to go in the trash. And now I'm lost with one less wooden spoon. Yeah, so what we're going to do here is make this said special holiday Christmas pumpkin pie thing. For some reason I thought I said apple earlier. And the ingredients I have right here. Go ahead and write that down. Just kidding. So what we're going to do here is we have, to start with, we have this right here. 2 eggs. Look at them yolks go. And eggs and egg whites. Then we're going to be mixing in with them at a time or two. We've got here a cup of pumpkin puree, and we've got a pump of sour cream, soured. And we've got here 1/3 of a cup of fairly packed brown sugar. And then we got this over here, which has our, this is kind of an odd ingredient I thought. This here is a cornstarch, 1/2 tablespoon. We got a 1/4 teaspoon of allspice. We got a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. Over here is 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. It's right here if you can't see on the camera. We have here some pecans, 3/4 of a cup, and these are fancy, you know, half pecans, so I put them in this bag and pulverize them down some. So chopped pecans are fine. You'll see why in a minute. And we got nutmeg out here. Nutmeg, yeah, stay tuned. And we also got some milk. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of milk. And the pie pan is going to be a 9-inch pie pan, and I already got a dough pre-manufactured for it. But if you want to make your normal kinds of doughs, that's fine. And this is one of those recipes where if you have the pre-manufactured dough, just rolled out, like I'll show you here in a minute. Okay, so you can definitely make a graham cracker crust of this. You could do some kind of a crust. I got this here in a plastic tube crust that you just kind of pop it out, and see it's kind of rolled up. So it just kind of gets started. Don't want it too cold. In fact, you probably want room temperature. But let me see if I can get this thing started. It was in the fridge. And right. Get out there. Seems that the of course the center. Use my hot hand here to try to warm it up. Just kind of peel it off. Yeah. Add some more flour to it. No, just kidding. As I've been done. Maybe I squeezed it too hard. I don't know. But the point here is to get this here laid out across your 9-inch pie pan without destroying it all that much. There we go. And careful, gently. Get this thing here crossed, and undone. There. Beautiful? No, of course not. Okay, I'm going to push in the middle and kind of spread out towards the edges, working my way around. Make sure I get this in the corner. And, yeah, treat it happiness. And, you know, if you get it so it's a little bit off cantered, that's fine. Just make sure you have a little bit to go around the whole rim. And I'm just going to kind of pinch, kind of lift up and underneath it. Give a little curl and pinch here to get that edge in the side. Right. I'm going to do that a little bit more smoothly, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe just do it like this here. Lift up, pinch under. Make kind of a, you know, an upper lip to it. And, righto. So you got that part going. Then, another important step here on this is to, fork it. You want to get your fork out and give it some stabbies. Right, this here is hopefully so there's no bubbles that form. You don't want any of that bubbling action. And I could be wrong here, but I think this is what you do. And fork around the edges. Right, not so much the top part, but down here's fine. Alright, after you've forked your dough, you can set that aside. So, come with me, I'll adjust it later, over there. Now, over here, main stage, we will do our mixing bowl. Like I said, right now we've got the huevos in there, eggs too, perfectly cracked, keep them together. No reason to. If you break the yolks, that's fine, because you're going to tear them up here in a minute. And to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of milk. And if you're someone who doesn't want dairy, I'm assuming you can do a substitute, but like I said, it's only 2 tablespoons. And you're mainly going for the liquid amount. Okay, got that in there. And we'll go ahead and now this is the thing, I don't have the Osterizer like in the book, but I do have a hand mixer, and it'll be fine for this recipe. You're not going for no stiff peaks here, nothing. You're just gonna incorporate the egg and the milk there a little bit, right, to make it a nice little happy mixture. Then what you're going to do here is go ahead and add all those on the plate. You got your cornstarch again, your allspice, your cinnamon, your ginger, and your granulated sugar. I'm just going ahead and add them all in to the pool. Get in there. Yeah, that's most of it. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in the brown sugar. Ta-da. And take it for a whirl. Now this is where you scrape down the sides. Much like that blender book, I'd never scrape down a blender and working again. Just because that guy destroyed a wooden spoon. Alright, up around the sides, scrape down. There, now it looks like that. Yum. And that's just to get all the herbs and spices. Herbs? Spices. Okay. Put together. Then, next we will add our cup of sour cream. Right? Huh? Spatula time. And I'm going to just kind of go on the side. Try not to make this splash up and go everywhere because I need those ingredients in the pie, not in the eye. And we got that. Yeah, I'll come back to that. But we also have to use our pumpkin. A cup of pumpkin in here, right? Stubborn, eh? Same thing. In you go, pumpkin. And pumpkin's a little more friendly user, I see. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of this here, and a little bit more mixing. Set that like that. Oh. Okay, so it's times like this where I will use said spatula, clean out both those measuring cups, throw them in there, and mix them up some more. Okay, you want it looking like this, all integrated and nice, custardy like. And now you take your pecans here that you've kind of mangled and crushed up some, or if they're already, you know, 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, you get in here like that. And that's the thing. So in the other cookbook, when they talk about using pecans on the sour cream pie, they say to you know, pot up to high, down low, high, low, no, high and off, up and down until it's you know, I think chopped up even more and blended. But I'm going to try this here, like so. Right. Hope that's not too deafening out there, but what we got now is probably some slightly chunky batter, and hopefully it is a good consistency because I can't take them out and mince them now. And so then we have our pie shell, bloop, in waiting, and we'll just go ahead and empty that into our pie shell. Pretty easy, right? And give it some wipies with a spatula. Ooh. Trying to get all the goodness out of there. Unless, of course, somehow your pie is runneth over, then maybe use an 8-inch shell as opposed to 9-inch. I think both pies in that book there was rated for a 9-inch shell. Kind of moving around. And I'm not too sure the consistency of those nuts. I don't know if you if they're ground to a powder per se. I think there's still going to be some kind of a, you know, a little bite to them per se, a little crunch maybe. Probably not after you cook them, but right, get in there. Brilliant. Okay, so no. Okay, now this part here, I'm just going to kind of stir it around a little bit, just to make sure that, you know, there's not too many solids in one spot per se. Right. And if you remember, there's still one little character over there that doesn't have a measurement to it. And that was our nutmeg. Nutmeg has a little sprinkly top. Little sprinkly top there. And so, we're going to let it rain on top of this here pie. Let's see here. Kind of like you're powdering with sugar, maybe not that much. Yeah, get around the sides. Try to do it evenly. And right. Nutmeg time. Now comes the baking part. So, I'm going to pop on it into the oven, 350 degrees. And this is me, and probably other people out there, but right here a glass baking vessel. Now it's not glass, but you know, it's that other kind. And it does take, you know, heats up to, is it 425? I think 425. But I'm going to do, like I said, 350, and I'm going to put it in there, and then turn the oven on, so it can just gradually get to that temperature. And once it beeps, I'll check it, but I'll probably start the timer then. Right? And timer is 30 minutes, but in reality, it's kind of, you know, check it. Definitely check it after probably 20 of it, and see if the center is still jelly-like. Okay, so it's been for about 28 minutes maybe, and I stuck a knife in it, and this came out. So that means it's not done yet, right? A little globby on there. And so I'm going to check on it in 5 minutes. Okay, after, I don't know, maybe another 15, 20 minutes or so, checking it. I put it in for another 10, I put it in number 5. I think, stabbed in the middle there. This is what I have. Look at that, huh? Pie. Okay, so let it cool down for maybe an hour or so, and I'll get back to it. Alright, so it's been a few hours here. And let's try a look at a little tastier maybe. I can probably tell that it probably needs to be in the fridge. I don't know, I like probably like this cold or cooler. But you know what? Let's see how it is. Grab this little piece here and scoop. Take all your crust with you. Alright. Right. Let's see now. Well, I do taste the little sprinkle of nutmeg on there, I think. And the other spices come out pretty clean. It is a little odd because it has, you know, the pecans in it. So there's a little crunch to it. Yeah. I'm not tasting the sour cream so much, but it does have a creamy texture with a, you know, a pumpkin kicker there. Tastes the pumpkin pretty good. Yeah. Duh. Alright, so to add to this, the whipped cream would probably do, you know, fine. But yeah, so this little cookbook here, you don't really need the Osterizer. But some you probably do need a blender in. A food processor might be fine. And in this case, you know, a hand mixer just worked out just fine. And so 50 cents brand new. Maybe it came with the thing, who knows. And now you can get them. I've seen a quick search. They're still available out there. you know, and from $1 at one place to up to like $15. So there you go. If you want some kind of like retro recipes in here, you know, if I just flip through and find something, apricot coconut mounds, walnut butter. And the thing is, though, it's a lot of stuff they did have, like I said, you know, scraping on the side of it. I don't like that deal. And I don't know, some of the stuff I think would just get too thick. So I don't know if this blender does better than other blenders. But yeah, interesting little cookbook here. Any questions or comments? Leave them down below, and y'all have happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and yeah, enjoy. I guess the blender looks like that. No, just kidding. The blender doesn't look like that, but you can still buy them at some stores. And thanks for watching. I'm gonna finish this and load the video up before it's not Christmas anymore.